Hey, my name is Jessica, and I just created my first branding and logo design. And this video wants to take you behind the scenes. This whole idea came from just hanging out with some friends. We were reminiscing about our old jobs, and I asked, if you could do anything, what would you do? He responded with, I have my chickens now, we set up a farm stand, and it's been a really nice change of pace. When I have downtime, I really like baking. And his response got me thinking. So now I just need a strategy. I just need to get started. Except what I did was head face first into Adobe Illustrator, and that did not work. Now I need a strategy for real this time, and it starts with planning. So I reached out to my friend and we talked about colors. I had made a logo for him in the past and I was really excited about it. However, there were some flaws. Let's talk about why it didn't work. First, there were too many elements in the logo. We really wanted something more clean cut and to the point. The smaller the logo got, the more indistinguishable the parts became and the less legible the font became. I also realized this is more than just a bakery, it's a farm stand, which usually includes bakery items. Next, I had to ask myself a few questions to really define what it means to have a farm stand business. The first question I asked myself is, who is the audience? The people investing their money into this business are going to be people shopping locally, driving by, and this type of business is spread from word of mouth. The website might help, but that's a little out of the scope of what the current needs of the business are. Next, what is the branding going to be used for? This business already sells cartons of eggs, so we could rebrand their cartons. We can package baked goods in unique packaging, and for the future, we can consider how the customers plan to bring their goods home, like a bag or a tote. I had to consider designing with utility in mind. As a small business starts to grow, more resources are available. But how can we cut some costs with our design pieces? I considered that they could use these designs on stickers or stamps or any kind of homemaking device such as a Cricut. All that's to say, it needs to be legible and free from too many details. But the biggest question is, what is the brand? What comes to mind immediately is community. The largest component and what set this whole thing in motion in the first place was raising chickens. Next, the homemade aspect. Gathering all these ideas together, we can start to see a direction. Not too many ideas though. Now, how can we boil all these ideas down into a logo? We have our egg and we have our chicken. I think we've got it. I used the color palette to make the first logo. Decided on a few font choices, and added an extended horizontal logo for larger packages. But how can we simplify it more? Get rid of that bakery in the logo, adjust the color palette, and add some helper assets with our fonts. Now to put it all together. After we nailed down a font, I made some business cards within the color palette and added a few more chickeny assets to tie it all together. I generated a few mock-ups, shout out to Photoshop, and then finally tied it all together by constructing a brand guidelines document. If you've made it this far, then all I have left for you are the brand guidelines that I developed and sent to my friend. I will stop talking now, but please enjoy. Thank you.